Close your eyes. Take your glasses off. Join your palms. You're spending this time becoming quieter, softer. So be humble in the face of this practice. Humility usually closes the door on anger and reactivity. So starting out being humble before your practice is quite helpful. Be humble before your own practice, and especially before that root teacher, Patanjali. Bow your head. Release your hands. Raise your head. Open your eyes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. So you can start the usual way. You can break this in 2 stages, that Virasana stage, that Adho Mukha Virasana stage. And especially in Adho Mukha Virasana, stretch your arms, lengthen those bones from the center toward the periphery. This is, in fact, the way bones grow. They grow at their ends until you're 8 or 9 years old. They're actually constantly growing, and those are called the growth ends. Both directions grow those bones. Your muscles engage with the bones and stretch them. They're going toward the joints as they grow. If the set of the joint is correct, the joint itself, and I mean all joints, whatever one you're looking at, stays expandable. That lengthening of the bones lines them up in the socket, and then the joint itself can expand. Come up, getting ready for Adho Mukha Svanasana. And up you go. The legs are now working the same way. Lengthen those bones. I want to point out that you've got in each arm, you have 2 forearm bones that have to grow and 1 upper arm bone. And those 2 forearm bones grow equally to that elbow joint and wrist joint. Right, the upper arm is 1 bone. In the legs, the lower leg is 2 bones that you need to identify and grow from end to end. Push, pull, however you imagine it or feel it, to lengthen that thigh bone, lengthen that shin bone toward the ankle, toward the knee, toward the hip. Stretch back. Okay, release, come out. And for your next pose, you're going back into dog pose and coming forward to plank pose. And I'm wiggling my feet to get back, kind of, so I can feel horizontal. Vertical arms or close to vertical arms. And a horizontal body. Don't sink. Keep the legs active. Keep the back thigh stretching. Keep the navel area lifted. Buttocks lengthening toward your heels. So don't grip and roll, just lengthen. Stretch your arms. When you get tired of this, pull back to dog pose. Don't sink. Gay, don't sink. You're sinking just a bit. Okay, everybody. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And come out. Okay, so you want to get something upon which to rest your head with your spine roughly horizontal, roughly, like Ardha Uttanasana shape. So it could be a chair with a blanket, or if your forehead is tender, you put a sticky mat on the chair. This is your option. Okay. After which, if mostly everybody has a strap, so you can get a strap. If on the other hand, you have a stick, which is a very firm kind of support, if you have that, might be better. I'll show you with the stick. I do not injure myself or the furniture by spinning with the stick horizontal. Always maneuver if you've got a stick with the stick vertical. Then, okay, so I go forward and I adjust the pose so I'm kind of long. Then I figure out, look, the hand holds with the thumb and fingers together. You don't clasp this bar with the thumb wrapped to the fingers. Keep your thumb with your fingers. Okay, and stretch and go up, up. like something is lifting and you hang back down. Okay. This can be done with a strap. But the direction the palms face is important. Yes. Marissa, the palm faces out. When you are upright, palm is facing out, not in. So there's an internal rotation at the forearm. Yes. Now, some of you will be very tempted. Gay, you must back up so the weight is not falling to your head. You must keep the weight on the feet. Don't walk your feet back, keep them forward, or move, lengthen your trunk, or raise your head, or widen your feet. Do not travel forward. Don't take that weight on the neck. Reach away. A broomstick works. Oh, somebody I think has an umbrella. That'll work. All right, please come out. Okay, I hope somewhere in there that felt good. Okay, one of you, two of you like it. Good. Now, usually if you got a 4-foot closet pole, it would be a little bit less dangerous than a 6-foot closet pole. It doesn't do quite as much. This gets quite useful, 6 feet, but 4 feet is a little bit less dangerous and it does most things. Let's put this away because nope. We're gonna, just to show, some of you have a shorter stick, some a longer. A 4-foot or 5-foot stick will do. Watch this, you'll see. I'm going to use this stick in my Trikonasana. So all you don't need all 6 feet of this stick. You need to just be able to catch your elbow behind the stick. So it could be 1.5 feet shorter. So what I'm doing is I'm making my hip come forward and my chest open around the shoulder blade zone, just using that stick. It's got to come high up. So if it's too short, it doesn't make much sense. Put it in front of the ankle and behind the back. In front, inside. Yes. And then that makes you have to counterbalance. Yes, China. Hip forward, shoulders back. You must open the chest now. You go near, well, yes, you're getting it. You're getting it. It's weird, but if you go near a wall with that back, yeah, it's coming. Roll that hip. It falls forward because you can't bring the chest back. And the chest won't come back because that right hip won't come forward. Open your chest and lengthen those joints. Come on, do the other side. Was this useful or a big annoyance? Side 2 might be quite different from side 1. hand in front. Now reach up, catch something firm with that top hand. So it's like the stick, maybe the door frame or something, and help yourself open your chest toward the wall and the hip away from the wall. Bring your stick more vertical if you can, more vertical. Okay, please come up. Chaya, it's easier this side. Come up. Sometimes that's true because the side is just more adapted in this way. Sometimes it's because you figure the pose out by side two, you know, what to avoid. That was just a side trip. Beg pardon, put the stick away. Yeah. Okay, so just for a bit, take Headstand. Stretch your bones. Expand the joints. So stretch your bones. I'm going to shorthand to extension. And it's as I described, it's not just extend towards your fingertips, it's lengthen each and every bone you can identify. Lengthen it, grow it. That's the extension. Expansion is when you expand the joints in all directions, armpit down and up. Release, come out. Now you just had that stick. I could keep you with this stick, but I'm keeping it simple. I did have a strap. Take that strap, push your arms back. Keep, by the way, keep your thumbs with your fingers not going over the top. Okay? You're being like a primate right now. Thumbs not important. Take your hands, maybe shoulder width, and reach back. Roll through your knuckles away from your chest. Good, come out. Can you join your thumbs so your arms get closer? Keep your palms facing up. Stretch the arm, lengthen the bones, expand the joints. Even these fingers curling around the rope, do not shrink those bones, extend them. Come out. Get a brick for your own kind of, I don't know, happiness. A foam brick. But if you don't have a foam brick, get a wood brick. Hold that brick behind you. This is wider than where some of you just were. Hopefully this is fine. Grasp that brick with your fingers and straighten your elbows. Roll the arms, reach back. So in effect, you're still sort of pulling or using your grip on this brick to hold steady. Now, relax, change it so the palm holds the brick and the fingers don't. Lift those fingers away from the brick, hold it with your palms and reach down and straighten your arms behind you. Straighten them. Show me what you got, even if it's partial. I do a turn all the way around. I now see your fingers are still holding on. Stop holding. You got to get your shoulders way back behind you. Way back behind you. Move that. That's better, Karen. Get the left arm going too. Left arm gate. The right arm is better. Left arm. Get the left arm. Match those two arms. Straighten your elbows. Karen, I can't see. I've got a great view of the ceiling fan.
And my folder just broke, so
it's okay. It's okay.
I'm going to just turn the video off.
Don't worry about it. Some things I can see, so don't worry. All right, that was miserable, but necessary. I apologize. Now, however, it's going to come up again. Going to come up again. Let's see. We need to take ourselves through. Oh, one last important thing. Ruby, here, take this elsewhere. Okay. You need to get arm's length away from walls. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. We're turning to do Vimanasana, but we're going to experiment with different arms. This is how we start, pretty classically. Really turning so you are quite straight in the lateral plane of the pose. And your legs lined up in the longitudinal plane. Lift that trunk, lift that spine, and exhale. Stretch your arms from their roots and bend the right knee. Keep the left heel anchored. Keep those arms stretching. Inhale, come up. Release the arms. Okay. So you got to feel like your arms are wings of one sort or another. And you know that birds have many different wing positions. This pose refers to a celestial vehicle, and it's got wings, it flies. Okay, turn left. Stretch your arms horizontally. So this is your biggest wing spread from your spine outward, truly lateral. Turn the ribs to face left. Lengthen those leg bones, expand and extend and turn. Some of you could take a longer stance. Would let you bend your knee more. Exhaling, Vimanasana. Vertical shin, hopefully horizontal thigh, and a full wing spread. Chest open, easy to breathe, diaphragm out. Go ahead, bend the knee, Karen. And inhale, come on. All right, turn the feet. Now, we can go more quickly through the knee bending, but here, take your arms down. You've been here before. I'm not going to make you squeeze the brick again. You're welcome. But I'm going to make you straighten your arms close in there behind your back. And turn your palms face out the way you were holding on to the stick. Turn the feet. Now stretch those arms powerfully away from their deepest, highest root, which is your sternum in front and your skull in back. The whole neck and sides of the neck are involved. Exhale, bend your front knee. Don't neglect the arms. Stretch the arms away from the top chest, palms out, back leg straight, chest lifted. Inhale, come up, change sides. Keep the arms as completely as you can, or rest them thoroughly and reestablish them before you change sides. Stretch the arms, palms face back. There's an internal rotation at the forearm and an external rotation at the shoulder. Exhaling, stretch those bones, expand those joints, bend the left knee. The more you can release those arms, the easier it is to keep lightness, buoyancy in the chest. Come up. Can you do this? It's not Paschimottanasana Namaste, it's sort of like shoulder stand. Okay, come out. More over. You can cross one hand under the other. Make the same hand shape. So this one hand is clasping the other. So the first one gets shaped similarly. And you want to release the length of the bones, expand the joints, and hop up your back. If you saw what I did, I just hopped. Release, extend, expand. Hop if you can hop more. Usually the first hop is a good hop. Subsequent hops are just sort of icing on the cake hops, unless you've got a real big revelation in the shoulders. Now, with those hands there, roll your back up, lengthen your bones, expand your joints. Think of this as Shavasana to the elbows, right? You've got Shavasana elbows. Yes, they're reaching like your arm was fully extended earlier. Now it's the same to your elbow. And from the elbow to the forearm. Come out. Rest there for a second and briefly change sides, meaning the other hand on the inside, outside. So you go to an ordinary safe place, release, extend the bones, expand the joints. You will feel that permission to hop the hands. And it's a quick hop. You can even sometimes, and my teacher used to teach this, he would say, go ahead, hop with it. You know, Give yourself a little buoyancy, lean forward, hop. Okay. Try to incorporate the Shavasana extension, the Shavasana chest in this shape. Okay. Come on. Just because it'll feel good. Take Ardha Chandrasana. So be it a wall, don't be it a wall. Your props. Turn to the right. With all this expansiveness, keep it. And bend the front leg. You feel free to put the top hand on the hip, because that, or stretch it Shavasana like, in order to keep those joints expanded. And you step forward and come up. The top arm stretches vertically or kind of in line with the trunk, Shavasana like. And you pick the Shavasana one when the neck is problematic, and spread the arms when the right action is coming. Exhale, bend the knee carefully, step out, always facing sideways, back to the wall. In theory, you pass through Trikonasana, but at least come out. Okay. Good. Change sides. So I'm hoping that you can use this pose as kind of a measuring device for what you have done with your shoulders and upper chest. Is anything all right? Marcia, move your brick a bit forward. Yes, open up that space. Marissa, raise the back leg. The lifted leg should come up. Okay. Likewise, Chaya, if possible. If you lowered your brick, Marcia and Chaya, you might have an easier time turning the pelvis, raising the leg. Time to come out. Bend the knee, step back laterally, either to Trikonasana or to out. Okay, now, just one last thing here is the actual Paschima Namaskarasana. So you're going to try it one hand, just see if you can get it comfortable mid. If you hopped up here, it's a good chance. Okay. So if you could hop up here, try joining your fingertips down somewhere comfy. And I'm wiggling where it's easy to wiggle. I'm being free of my shirt. So my fingers are trying to get slightly away from my back. There's a good deal of internal rotation, even at the shoulder. But I'm busy lengthening my bones and expanding my joints. Then literally, you can wiggle your way. You can't hop, you can wiggle. Dederich Iyengar says in a serpentine fashion, you just wiggle up, lengthen the bones, release the joints. That way you'll be able to know if the door is open for you to go up somewhere. Turn around and show me where you've gotten. And come closer to the camera, gay. Yes, Karen, good. Good, 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 everybody. Now stretch your fingers, and by lengthening bones and expanding the joints, is it possible for you to bring the base of the fingers and the palms together? It's not just a horizontal pressure. It is an upward extension of fingers and a Shavasana extension of the arm. And it happens as it happens, and you can't push. Come out. You can come out bending the knees. That often helps release, but don't shake your stiff wrists now. What you get to do is slowly open your fingers. Was that okay? Anybody? Was that a bit much? In which case, I want you to actually do this pose, Parshvottanasana, as it is done in Paschima Namaskarasana. And if that's just too much for these wrists, if what you did there was not a warm-up, but your final pose, then you take the hand clasp that hops as high as possible up the spine. Okay, so you're either in Paschima Namaskarasana or that earlier pose. Turn. You must think of Shavasana in the arms, and the extension is all the way to the fingers, to the palms. And you come up, look up. Your hands are helping scoop your spine up. Lengthen your bones, expand the joints. Keep that open-chested pose, the inward moving spine, and come forward. Extend your bones, expand your joints, stretch your legs, hips, everything. Now, when you come up, keep that expansion. Turn and face forward, then release the arms and be quiet through those hands. You'll feel circulation, moving, especially where it's needed. A lot of us get it in the outer wrist. There's a lot of overstretch, or the inner wrist. So be respectful and let the circulation do its thing. Okay, take your hands back, Paschima Namaskarasana, side 2. Be respectful. This is a place where that humble approach is important. Turn left. Turn all the way left. Now that Namaskarasana, just as it is in the front, it's an instruction to the heart to open and lift, just as it is when you put your hands in front. but you are doing a much physically stronger pose. Those hands are telling your spine to extend. They're telling your spine to grow. And in front of that spine, they are lifting space. Stretch your legs, come forward, keeping, you feel how your arms, elbows remain in Shavasana as you come forward. When the spine starts folding, that's when the shoulders start leaving. So keep your joints lengthening. Keep as much of that shape as you can. Peacefully. Release the neck and the head if balance is possible. Eyes open. Now when you come up with all these joints, all these bones in mind. And then turn to face forward and release the arms. Good, that was good. We hardly ever do the whole pose. Are your wrists okay? Are you gonna suffer from this? All right. Even Marcia with hand guards, wrist guards, I trust you took proper precautions. I hope. Okay. Now we have to go through a headstand round. So those who do a headstand, everybody needs a dog pose first. And then those who will do a headstand will move on to 3 minutes headstand, your capacity. And those who are preparing, you have to think in the same shoulder terms, right? Extension, expansion. Even without the head on the floor, the forearm bones have to grow. The upper arm bones grow. Even the shoulder blades grow away from the shoulder socket and toward it. So those muscles that surround the shoulder blade get some, they aren't just squeezing, gripping. Keep your elbows in at shoulder width. Squeeze the elbows toward each other. Keep a kind of constant inward roll, constant contact with the inner elbow, inner forearm. So when you're ready, headstand time. Shavasana. Use your ropes by all means, if you got them, if you want to use them. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. I personally think it is very easy to perceive this, but I'm gonna see if I can explain what you are doing. This lengthening of the bones is musculoskeletal. It's an outer body kind of effort, arms, legs. The expansion of the joints comes properly after you make that outward musculoskeletal effort. The expansion of the joints is not musculoskeletal. It's energetic and it feels like it. That expansion doesn't expand just along the lines of muscle, like that lengthening your bones absolutely feels like it's working with your muscles. The expansion of the joints goes in all directions, including with the muscle, but also across it, behind it, in front of it, all directions. Not musculoskeletal. And it is very connected. It is not just the expansion of the joint. Those joints expand in all directions, which includes inward toward your core. So the expansion of the joints feels like it also does some illuminating of the interior. And you know it's happening because the breath changes. Even if you don't feel it in the joints, you feel the responsiveness. Come out, please. So you get a chair. Sticky mat is optional, but if you've got one, keep that sticky mat even with the front edge of the chair. It just goes over a little bit to pad that edge. Now, let's see. I think we should prepare for support under the head, but not all at once. So I've got blankets aside, they'll pile up. First thing I'm going to do without support, okay? This is called Pravottanasana, and I'm using the chair to make it more understandable or feelable, you might say, those inner actions. So my tailbone gets right on the edge of the chair, and watch my arms. They slide off the front of the chair down to the floor. And I open, as I'm able, this angle of the armpit. Palms flat, fingers facing your toes or the chair. The upper arm rolls out. You expand your bones. Extend your bones. Let me use the right words. And expand the joints. Lift your chest. Take your head back. Now you got weight on the tailbone and your hands. Extend your bones. Expand the joints. Release, come out. Raise your head, sit up. All right, you gotta watch this for a second. Come up. So it isn't just letting your arms come down to the floor, to fingertips touch the floor. This is an active pose. When you do this without the chair, when you do it without the chair, it's quite active. This is a bent knee version. So I'm giving you a chance to not load this trunk, but make the shape. So try again. And you don't have to pick your tailbone up. If these hands or shoulders are trouble, hook your thumbs right around that front chair leg. And then stretch the arm. Lift your sternum. Take your head back. Lengthen your bones. Use your shoulder blade. Now stretch your legs. Yeah, head back. Head back. Release the head. That helps the chest. Stretch your legs straight. Extend through your toes. Go under that furniture there. Lengthen the seat. Yes, that's it. All right, come out. That's a big pose. So now you take whatever support you need. And it's just a suggestion, but a lot of you like a contact for the head. It helps the neck and nerves relax. So if that is the case for you, you take support under the head. Watch now, the tailbone might well be off the edge of the chair. These shoulder blades are on, and the hands go through the front chair legs. Now, this is not Purvottanasana. It's much sort of less than that. And the chair is more a helper. So this is a pose we do with some frequency, taking the arms through. Maybe this shoulder and chest work has helped the feel of this pose. The edge of the chair on the lower shoulder blades. And you are lengthening that arm, expanding all the joints. So those fingers really do raise the arm if you need to. If the arms feel sort of short on the pose, take them higher up the chair back so you can get a good grip. And Marcia, if you like, take your chest a little more off that chair. If it suits your spine, it'll help the rest of the shape. Keep the back of the neck long.
Are we on the top of our head or the back of our head?
You are where the neck is comfortable. If your blankets are, this is relatively speaking, if your blankets are low, you'll be more on the top of your head. But if you bring in more support because you need it, you'll be more on the back of your head, and the back of the neck will be longer and perhaps quieter. Now, unthread the arms and take them overhead. I hope I was sufficiently ambiguous, but also informative. If you've got a high support, you'll bend your neck painfully to get the top of your head down. So don't do that. Lengthen. If the spine gives you room, lower the blankets. Extend your bones. Expand your joints. Stretch your legs. Even if those feet don't go to the floor, right? If they get suspended, you press your thigh on that chair back, push the thigh down and stretch your leg. Stretch one leg, toes light, thigh heavy. So Marissa, raise those toes off the floor. Yep, and press your thigh on the chair. Toes up, thigh down, so that leg gets straight. Push to the heel, push to the toes. Both. Yes, both are good, Karen. Okay, are you happy here? Can you stay another 30 seconds. Otherwise, come out. If you've got 30 more seconds, stretch as well as you can. I see, Marissa, you made progress. Those feet came down. Lovely. Good, Chaya. Everybody's extending. I like it. Expanding. So please then come out. Bend your knees, bend your arms. Make sure your buttocks are on the chair seat. So there is support for that extended spine as it sits up. Keep it tall. If for some reason the neck feels a little bit stiff, keep the spine tall and upright and just let the back of the neck lengthen as if you want to look at your lap. But the chest stays tall. Good. Stay in the chair, but put yourself, your buttock bones smack in the middle of the chair, left to right, front to back. So there's a little room behind you. Okay. Take your feet wide. That is to say, as wide as the chair lets you. In fact, you've got your feet a little bit wider. So it tends to sort of draw things out. Can actually broaden that back thigh. Okay, now twist to the right first. This is not meant to be one giant twist. It's meant to be a kind of an unbinding, not a deeper binding, an unbinding. Let the hips stay steady. That contact between the thigh and the chair should hold steady. Buttocks down. So you may well turn quite a bit, but that turn isn't based by you trying to, push or pull. You internally lengthen your bones. You internally expand those joints. That's what permits the twist. Come out. The expansion of the joints is what keeps your hips stable, controlling the shrinkage of the bones, keeps those joints stable. Don't let the hips, legs, knees, feet move, not by holding rigid, but by keeping the extension and expansion. Expand. If something's going wrong with a joint, fix it. Don't ignore it. Come out. If you're going deeper, here is a way. I'll go sideways so you see it. Halfway. This hand, instead of going back, starts high and diagonally crosses to the chair. This hand can help. Okay. If you can't quite get the chair, scoot your buttocks 1/2 inch forward. It can be, yeah. You can also lean a bit, okay? And use that to help with both extension and expansion. It is easy in this one to get the hips crooked. So keep that sense of stability. The forward hand might, in fact, stabilize the outer thigh or knee. Instead of being on the chair, holding the chair back, it just comes over the top, or depending on your proportion, under, but okay, come out. Is that okay? Please do your version of shoulder stand. Oh, we have one last side. I beg your pardon. I did both. That's because I had to turn and watch you guys. Beg pardon. Expand, extend. That diagonal movement of the arm from up to down on the back sort of helps you steer that Shavasana part of the chest, front spot. Equal time, both sides. I'm clearly not the judge. And then when you come out. So I'm gonna make a wish that the shoulder stand or setu bandhi you do benefits from all of this shoulder tour that we've taken. See how it goes. You take your version of the pose. You may do the classical pose. You may do your daily pose. What you want to observe is partly the pose itself and how you can extend and expand, but also use your memory. Incorporate memory into your observation. So I'm just watching. To have a bolster, Marissa, if you had a bolster, take that bolster, wait, no, turn it 90 degrees. That's right. Now prop it up on your blankets. Tilt it up on your blankets. Yes. Now go. Get your shoulders right where they're supposed to be. Quite awkward at first. Not impossible. You're a good chest opener. Now hold your sticky mat and hurl. Yes. See? Boing. Now, it's just when you come out, don't come out yet, Marissa, but when you do, remember the bolsters there, and you probably, if possible, want to just slide it away, but not now. Don't worry now. That's a nice pose. You don't have to wave at me or anything, but I hope it's nice. Everybody else is looking kind of open shouldered. Chaya, that's lovely. Marcia, I think it looks good. One of your, if those hand things are actually support devices. I'll refer back to the wrists and say, are the wrists any more comfortable in this pose than usual? Look to all the joints. Extend the arms away from their root in the neck. It is no less important in shoulder stand than anywhere else. Yeah, good idea. Take halasana. And in halasana, stretch your arms behind your back. If you're stiff, catch a sticky mat. If you're a bit less stiff, you can use a strap to keep the arms more parallel. More flexible, interlock the fingers, stretch your elbows straight, and press the wrist and the elbow and the upper arm down. Act as if I'm there in the room with you, and I am stretching your forearms away from the elbow, pulling it away, growing the elbow, and pressing the wrist down to the floor. That's what I would do if I were there. Open that shoulder. Open that shoulder. Those more experienced with halasana, roll the thumbs down and palms out. Got to stretch your elbows. Okay, it's close to time to come out. So if you have one more finger interlock, do it. Then let the knees relax. Karma Pidasana. And roll out slowly. Gaze lights turned off. That's okay. I can't see much, but don't need to right now. All right, now you get to decide the shape of your Shavasana. Do you want to lie flat? Do you want, because of whatever, do you want your calves supported? Your spine supported? If you do support your calves, back away from that chair seat in such a way that you feel the hip joints decompress. So the way I do this, I like to start out close, right? But I've got to back away, keeping the knee joint right at the edge of the chair. I move my hips away so this thigh bone lengthens. I mean, these muscles have to lengthen and the joint decompresses. This is close. The weight of the bone goes toward the joint. This position, the weight is not falling on the joint anymore. It's good to support the heels as well, like a chair. under the calves. That's nice, but you'll feel it in your trunk once the heels are supported. Go. Face the chair away from you and put your calves through it from back to front. Take that knee joint right up to the chair and keep it there. And pull the hips away from the chair just so you feel space in those joints. And take Shavasana. Especially see to the shoulder joint and the arms. Make sure. This is not so easy to make sure of, but make sure that arm bone right at the shoulder socket is as close to the floor as you can arrange. That means the shoulder blade needs to be kind of flat on the floor. And when the arm is extended, the palm naturally faces up without effort. And even then, for some of us, that shoulder won't fully settle. It is time. You may stay in Shavasana. You may sit up. You choose. Namaskar.